I'm live. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. And for anyone who's going to catch it on the replay, thank you for joining me, for stopping by. All right. Okay, I think there's kind of a little bit of too much noise, so I just excuse myself. We're still on holiday and it's gradually wrapping up. It's been a refreshing time, honestly. Really been a refreshing time. All right, so I'll just take a sit and move straight to the topic of the day. So, today, I hope you've had a great day so far. For me, I've had an awesome day. Thank God for today. And basically, today I'm just going to be talking about how I overcame, my own fears and things like that. I know that's going to be valuable to somebody here. So, sharing a little bit about my story and, just that kind of conversation. So basically, I came to realize that fear is something that we all face. Like everybody has doubts, has fears, especially when you're starting something new. When something is unfamiliar to you, you'll definitely be in that space where you're scared or afraid to either take the leap or to even move forward. And it could even come from maybe the fear of other people judging you, right? Because I also had that in my mind at some point, like, what will people think about me and things like that, right? So it feels like, you know, something big, but honestly, I see it like a mirage. It's really a small thing as long as you know the best way to handle it or to overcome the fear. Why did I say so? The thing is, like I was saying, if you think about the fact that a child will be scared to take his walk because he knows he's going to fall down when he starts to walk. But what does he have? He has mummies and daddies cheering him up. And that is like what gives him the courage to continue to take that bold step. And that's the same way that fear is, right? So let's be honest. I can attribute this to so many aspects of life, but for me, I'm attributing it to the digital business, right? So if you're an employee, if you're a professional, right, who is currently in a paid employment, starting a business is not a walk in the park. It definitely will feel scary. You will have hesitation. But guess what? Because it is an uncharted territory, like something you've never done before, but you don't have to let that hold you back. The same way that I described that the child will move on because he has to, and there are people that are cheering him on. That's the same way that you can actually win when you have the right circle, when you have the right people that will cheer you on in doing what you need to do to achieve your goals. That's why you do not have to walk alone in this thing called business. And that's why we're here with a supportive community. Like our business mentorship program is it, honestly. Today is our mastermind. We meet with our senior coaches every Wednesdays and we are like pumped up every single Wednesdays with motivations, with inspirations and strategies on how to do better, how to walk the business walk better, how to become a better entrepreneur. And even for those who have made, maybe those who have been there for many years, do you know that there's also coaching on how to build other businesses, because you cannot be tied to just one stream of income. I mean, what else could be beautiful than that? So even if it feels scary, what I know that you need to do is, instead of asking yourself, what if it doesn't work? Well, why not think about what if it does? What if you follow the blueprints that others have followed and that leads to your own success? If you think about what will people say, well, have you thought about the fact that you have a better, a higher purpose to fulfill? You're going to answer only to God. And you fulfilling your destiny is not just about you becoming an employee and walking and climbing the corporate ladder and, all of that. You should build a different life that will impact others. So even as you walk your corporate walk, you should also be interested in building something meaningful that, as I said, it doesn't take too much of your time in the day to do. It doesn't take too much of you're able to incorporate that in your schedule as long as you're disciplined enough to do so. So if you're thinking, am I ready yet? Well, there's never a set time to start something because the best time is now. Procrastination is always a thief of time, I would say. Because if you I mean, I used to procrastinate a lot. And sometimes I still find myself in that space where sometimes I want to just put things off for later. And it happened today. There was something I put off like 3 days ago. And today my husband dragged my attention to it. Guess what? As we were speaking, I immediately got on my laptop and sent that email. Like, I'd procrastinated 3 days ago, but I had to do it on the spot. So procrastination is not a good thing, because sometimes it's a thief of what the better things that should come in your life that you do not take advantage of. So I realized all of these things. So I'm no longer in that space where I'm asking, what if it doesn't work? Well, if it's working for others, then that means there's potential in it, and I too can come in, infuse my uniqueness, and make it work for me. So normalize the fact that, I feel scared, I feel hesitant, right? Go for what you know God has called you to. I know there are a number of people here who they have been seeing this business for so long. Well, and feeling like, well, I need something on the side. Like I spoke to somebody else today, like another of a lead of mine, she all the way from UK, and she was like, well, maybe because she doesn't really understand it, but she doesn't really want to take that leap now. And she was asking me to give her more clarity on the business so that she can make her decision. So there's never a good time to be ready. The best time to be ready is now. So for me, I had many turning points of how I navigated fear of something and something, right? Getting out of my comfort zone was one thing, coming onto the social media space was something else. I had to, like in the mentorship program where I joined, I think I've shared that before. I was kicked out of two different groups. Visibility group, a group that will allow you to come and express yourself online. I didn't do my challenge. No, I didn't want to do the challenge. Because I felt, I don't even know what I was scared. I don't know what I was scared of, or shy, whatever the case may be. But that same group allowed me to understand that with support I could do it, and here I am today. So my point is, you do not have to walk the walk alone. Find the right group that you can leverage on, so that those your weaknesses can become your strengths. Because when you have people who believe in you, when you have people who see the vision, those who understand your purpose, right, they'll push you, just like the same way that I heard that eagles push their younger ones, right, from a high mountain top. They carry the babies there and push them away so that they can learn to fly. That's why eagles fly so high, right? So that's the same way that you need to leverage on a supportive community that will help you grow, so that you too can fly and soar. So that's my own story, right? How I got to navigate, like gain the courage to do the things that I do now. So step out of your comfort zone, because there's no growth in the comfort zone. In your comfort space, there is no growth. You're going nowhere. Growth only happens outside of that space. Imagine that you planted a seed. It's not going to keep growing under the ground and just be there. No, it has to blossom, it has to flourish, right? So even if the first steps feel shaky, that's why we're here. Like I said, I'll be your mentor, and you're going to be assigned a coach. You're going to have people who will handhold you through the process of building your own business, so that you can scale it at like a limitless. It just depends on you how far and how high you want to fly, right? By the power of God, right? It's God that gives us the grace and the ability to build whatever it is that we're building. So don't be scared of whatever it is that would make you become a better person. Instead, seek to get clarity so that you can have confidence to build to build something meaningful for yourself and for your family. Like I was outside right now playing, just chilling, right? The kids are playing outside, right? And like I said, this is a holiday I've been on for, this is my second week running, right? And I have my business still running for me. Like I said, yesterday I spoke to a lead. Today I also spoke to someone who they're interested in coming in, right? So don't be afraid to build. So now, here's my challenge to you. Take the first step despite the fear, whatever it is. I don't know what you've been putting off for later. I don't know what you want to do. Don't wait to feel ready. There's never a right time to feel ready. There's never a right time. The right time to be ready is now. In fact, it was yesterday. So don't be scared about what people will think. They don't pay your bills. They don't know what God said to you. They don't understand your purpose. You do not answer to them, you answer to God, right? So, what really counts is you. What counts is you living your best life. And you cannot live your best life, you know, Without freedom, honestly, without freedom, you cannot live your best life. I'll give you a typical example of the story of David. David gained freedom after he killed Goliath. He did not just ascend royalty, he was also given tax freedom. He was also given the wife of the daughter of the king, right? He was also given rewards. And that's what comes when you step out of your comfort zone. So take the leap of faith, pray about it, find the right opportunities like the one I'm presenting to you. If you know that you're interested, we have yet other information sessions. The first one will be tomorrow evening, that's Thursdays at 8 p.m. And we have another one on Saturday. So if that one is more flexible for you, honestly, that is going to be awesome. So just reach out to me, send me a DM, and reach out to me either on my on my DM, or you can register on my link. It's going to be displayed in the comments and also in my bio, and I'll be sure to connect with you so that we can take the conversation further. So lastly, I would say it's already 6:34 here, but right back in Canada where I live, it is over like 9:34 at this time. So stay blessed, have a great night, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.